Hello students, in our previous class we have discussed about stoichiometry and stoichiometric calculations. Okay, related to the same topic we are going to discuss one more thing is about limiting reagents. So let us see what is limiting reagent. In any chemical reaction, ಯಾವುದೇ chemical reaction ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ, we take reactants in the reaction. Is it correct? Without any reactants no reaction takes place. There is no reaction. Okay, now let us see what is a limiting reagent in any chemical reaction. So the limiting reagent is nothing but the reactant which is completely consumed during a chemical reaction. ಯಾವುದು ಬೇಗ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಅಥವಾ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, that is your limiting reagent. In order to identify the limiting reagent, okay, we have to know about the stoichiometric details of the reaction. Okay, we have to know about the stoichiometric details. Okay, if you write the stoichiometric details of any chemical reaction, you can easily identify the limiting reagent of that particular reaction. Here I have written one example. Okay, it's already explained. The combustion of methane, CH4 plus O2, methane is burnt with oxygen to produce CO2 and H2. Now these products are not important, so we need these reactants. In the stoichiometric equation, look at this, 16 gram of methane combusted with 32 gram of oxygen. Okay, the minimum amount of oxygen required for the complete combustion of 16 gram of methane is how much? That is equal to 32 gram. Okay, if the amount of oxygen is less than 32 gram, all the 16 gram of methane is not going to combust. Or you can write like this, 1 mole of, okay, this is not balanced, I'll first balance it, 2O2, this is 2H2O. Now this equation is balanced, so here I can write it as 64 gram. 16 gram of methane requires 64 gram of oxygen, or 1 mole of methane combines with 2 moles of what? O2. So 2 moles of oxygen is the minimum amount of oxygen required for this reaction. Andre 2 mole ಗಿಂತ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇದ್ರೆ ಈ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. Understood? Or ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನು ಪ್ರಪೋರ್ಷನ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತದೆ ಹಾಗೆ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. See, 16 gram of methane requires 64 gram of oxygen, or 64 gram of oxygen requires 16 gram of methane for the combustion. ಇಲ್ಲಿ 16 ಗ್ರಾಮಿಗಿಂತ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ 64 ಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಕಂಬಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಇದನ್ನು ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಈಗ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಯುವರ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್. ಸಿ, ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ 64 ಗ್ರಾಮ್, ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ 16 ಗ್ರಾಮ್. ಯು ಆರ್ ಕ್ಯಾರಿಂಗ್ ಅ ಸರ್ಟೆನ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್. ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಕ್ಯಾರಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಿ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಸೊ ಇನ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟೇಕನ್ 32 ಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೀಥೇನ್, 32 ಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಮೀಥೇನ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀರಿ, and you have taken okay 90 gram of oxygen, 90 gram of oxygen. Now how do you identify the limiting reagent? ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಸೊ ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡೋದು, 64 ಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಅಂತಲೇ ತಗೊಳ್ಳುವ, ಇದನ್ನು ನಾನು 8 ಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಅಂತ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ? you are given with 8 gram of methane and 64 gram of oxygen. So now you have to identify the limiting reagent. ಯಾವುದು ಬೇಗ ಖಾಲಿ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಅವರ್ ಸ್ಟಾಯಿಕಿಯೋಮೆಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಇಕ್ವೇಷನ್. ಇದು ನಮ್ಮ ರೆಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಇಕ್ವೇಷನ್. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತದೆ ನಿಮಗೆ? 16 ಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೀಥೇನ್ ಕಂಬೈನ್ಸ್ ವಿತ್ 64 ಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಅವ್ರು ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ? ಯು ಆರ್ ಗಿವನ್ ವಿತ್ 8 ಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೀಥೇನ್ ಅಂಡ್ 64 ಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್. ನಾವು ಯಾವುದು ಬೇಗ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಹೇಗೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಈಚ್ ಟೈಮ್, ಪ್ರತಿ ಸಲ 16 ಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೀಥೇನ್ ಕಂಬೈನ್ಸ್ ವಿತ್ 64 ಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್. ಬಟ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಎಷ್ಟು ಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಮೀಥೇನ್ ಇದೆ? 8 ಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಮೀಥೇನ್ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ 16 ಗ್ರಾಮ್ 34 ಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಜೊತೆ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆದರೆ 8 ಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಜೊತೆ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು? ಸೊ 8 ಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೀಥೇನ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ವಿತ್ 32 ಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್. ಸೊ ಅದೇ ಪ್ರಪೋರ್ಷನಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಬನ್ನಿ. ಯು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್? 16 ಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೀಥೇನ್ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಡ್, 64 ಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್. ಸೊ ನಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ? 8 ಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಇದೆ. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ 8 ಗ್ರಾಮ್ಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬೇಕು? ಓನ್ಲಿ 32 ಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಇಸ್ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಡ್. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಯಾವುದು ಬೇಗ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮ್ ಆಯಿತು? ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ಲಿ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮ್ಡ್ ಹಿಯರ್? ಮೀಥೇನ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ಲಿ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮ್ಡ್, ಅಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಅವರ್ ಲಿಮಿಟಿಂಗ್ ರಿಯೇಜೆಂಟ್. ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್? ಇದು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಫಾರ್ 1 mark. They will ask you to identify the correct limiting reagent. Okay, I will discuss some problems based on this. First, identify the limiting reagent, if any, for the following reaction. Look at the reaction. So in this reaction, one atom of A combines with one molecule of B. So this is one atom, this is one molecule, okay, or 1 mole of atom A combines with 1 molecule of B. First question, 300 atoms of A and 200 molecules of B is given. This is your reaction mixture. Reaction takes place according to this stoichiometric equation. 300 atoms of A and 200 molecules of B are given. The ratio between atom and molecule is 1:1. Is it correct? One atom of A combines with one molecule of B. So here how many atoms of A are present? 300 atoms of A, and it requires how many molecules of B? It requires 300 molecules. Is it correct? 1:1 ratio. One atom, one molecule combine ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುವಂತದ್ದು. So ನಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ 300 atoms of A ಇದೆ. So how many molecules of B are required? 300 molecules are required, but we have only 200. So B is the limiting reagent here. So B is our limiting reagent. Next, 2 mole of A and 3 mole of A. So again, the ratio is 1:1. 2 mole of A, 3 mole of A. Sorry, 3 mole of B. Now here, which is the limiting reagent? A is our limiting reagent. Why? For 3 moles of B, 3 atoms of A are required. 3 moles of A are required. Is it correct? So ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ? 2 ಮಾತ್ರ ಇದೆ. So here A is the limiting reagent. Correct ಆಗಿ ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. 1:1 ratio. ಇದು 3 ಇದ್ರೆ ಇದು 3 ನೇ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಇದು 2 ಇದ್ರೆ ಇದು 2 ನೇ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ? It has only 2 atoms or 2 moles of A. So A is our limiting reagent. Understood? Next, question number 3. 100 atoms of A and 100 molecules of B. So 100 atoms of A, the ratio is 1:1. Is there any limiting reagent? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ಲಿಮಿಟಿಂಗ್ ರಿಯೇಜೆಂಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಎರಡೂ ಕೂಡ ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ನೋ ಲಿಮಿಟಿಂಗ್ ರಿಯೇಜೆಂಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಬೇಗ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮ್ ಆಗುವಂಥದ್ದು ಇದೆಯಾ? ಇಲ್ಲ. ಈಚ್ ಟೈಮ್ 1 atom of A reacts with 1 molecule of B and there is no limiting reagent. Next, 5 mole of A and 2.5 mole of B. Here which is the limiting reagent? Again B is the limiting reagent. Next, 2.5 mole of A and 5 mole of B. So here which is the limiting reagent? A is the limiting reagent. ಯಾಕೆ ಇದು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇದೆ? 1:1 ರೇಷಿಯೋದಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ. So this is the molecule, but even though it's a molecule, the ratio is 1:1 only. Stoichiometric ratio same ಇದೆ ಎಲ್ಲದರಲ್ಲೂ. So ಈ ತರ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. This is very important for 1 mark. Even for your competitive exam also, this type of problems will be asked. Next, for theory exam, they will be asking this question, these type of questions for 3 marks. So this is also very, very important. The thing is given like this: 50 kg of nitrogen and 10 kg of hydrogen are mixed to produce ammonia. Calculate the amount of ammonia formed. Identify the limiting reagent in the production of ammonia in this situation. Here, first we have to identify the limiting reagent, because in every chemical reaction, limiting reagent is going to decide the amount of product formed. Correct ಆಗಿ ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಯಾವುದೇ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಕೇಳಿ ಅವ್ರ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಲಿಮಿಟಿಂಗ್ ರಿಯೇಜೆಂಟ್ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. But first thing what we have to do, first we have to find the limiting reagent. After finding the limiting reagent, you can calculate the amount of ammonia formed. First again ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. The first thing is we have to write the balanced chemical equation for the formation of ammonia. We have to write a stoichiometric equation for the formation of ammonia. So here I have written N2 gas plus 3H2 gas. See, here in molecular level we have to write the reactants and products. Idu molecules alli react ಆಗ್ತದೆ, not in terms of atoms. You don't write 2N and all. N2 gas reacts with H2. It's already balanced to produce 2 moles of ammonia. Ratio ಹೇಗಿದೆ? 1 mole of N2 reacts with 3 moles of H2 to produce 2 moles of NH3. And now I'll write the amount of these reactants and products formed. What's the atomic mass of nitrogen? It's 28 gram. Atomic mass of hydrogen is 2. There are 3 molecules, so 3 into 2, it is 6 gram. Amount of ammonia formed is equal to 34 gram. This is very important. Now look into this reaction. From this equation, what we can write? 28 gram of nitrogen requires 6 gram of hydrogen, or 6 gram of hydrogen requires 28 gram of nitrogen. This is the minimum amount of reactants required for the reaction. Understood? Now, look into this. They have given 50 kg of nitrogen and 10 kg of hydrogen. Now we have to identify the limiting reagent. How? See, 28 gram of N2 requires 6 gram of hydrogen. Is it correct? From this equation we can write like this. 28 gram of N2 requires 6 gram of hydrogen. Therefore, 50 kg of nitrogen, it is given in the reaction mixture. 50 into 10 raised to 3 kg ಅನ್ನು ಗ್ರಾಮಿಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ. 50 into 10 raised to 3 gram of N2 requires x gram of H2. What is x now? You cross multiply it. So what is the answer? 10.71 kg. You are going to get 50 into 6 divided by 28. So it's the answer is 10.71 into 10 raised to 3 gram. So which is equal to 10.71 kg. What you understood? See, 28 gram of nitrogen requires 6 gram of hydrogen. Here 50 kg requires how much amount of hydrogen? It's 10.7 kg of hydrogen. But we have only 10 kg. ನಮಗೆ 50 kg nitrogen ಗೆ for 50 kg of nitrogen we require 10.71 kg of hydrogen, but we have only 10 kg. So which is the limiting reagent? Hydrogen is the limiting reagent. Hope you understood. Okay, so we have only 10 kg. They have given only 10 kg, but this 50 kg requires 10.71 kg of hydrogen. So this is the limiting reagent. For this part you will get 2 marks. The second part is you have to calculate the amount of ammonia formed during the reaction. So how do you calculate it? So amount of ammonia formed depends upon the limiting reagent. From this equation what we can write? 6 gram of H2 forms 34 gram of ammonia. Illi nodi. 6 gram 34 gram. ನಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ? 10 kg ಇದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 10 into 10 to the power of 3 gram of H2 forms x gram of NH3. Again you cross multiply this. 10 into 10 raised to 3 into 34 divided by 6. Your answer will be 56.6 into 10 to the power of 3 gram, which is equal to 56.6 kg. This is your answer. Okay, this is the one method. The second method, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿದೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಈಕ್ವೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಸಣ್ಣ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ ನೋಡಿ. Here I have taken 28 gram of N2 requires 6 gram of H2. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ? 6 gram of H2 requires 28 gram of N2. ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲ? ಸೊ ಇದನ್ನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೇಗೆ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ನೋಡೋಣ. 6 gram of H2 requires 28 gram of N2 from this equation. ನಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಎಷ್ಟು ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಇದೆ? We have 10 kg ಅಂದ್ರೆ that is 10 into 10 raised to 3 gram of H2 requires x gram of N2. So what is x now? X is equal to 46.6 kg of nitrogen. ನಮಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬೇಕೀಗ? ಖಾಲಿ 46.66 46.66 kg of N2 is required for 10 kg of hydrogen. 10 kg hydrogen ಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ನೈಟ್ರೋಜನ್ ಬೇಕು? Just 46.66 kg ಬೇಕು. ಬಟ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ? 50 kg ಇದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ N2 is in excess. ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲ? N2 ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದೆ, ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇರೋದು ಯಾವುದು? ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್. ಸೊ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ is the limiting reagent. So this is another step. So alternative step for the identification of limiting reagent. The second step remains the same. There is no change. Okay, using this limiting reagent you find the amount of ammonia formed during the reaction. Next question is question number 2. Again it's related to the calculation of limiting reagent. N2, nitrogen and hydrogen react with each other to produce ammonia according to this equation. Equation is given to you. They have given it. Calculate the mass of ammonia produced if 2 kg, 2 into 10 raised to 3 gram ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟಿದು? 2 kg. 2 kg of N2, nitrogen reacts with 1 kg of hydrogen. Identify the limiting reagent. Previous numerical ಏನಿತ್ತು ನೋಡಿ ಹಾಗೆ ಇದೆ ಇದು. First you write this equation and you write the stoichiometric details below this. You write the masses of each reactant. It's 28 gram and this is 6 gram. Here from this equation what we can write? 28 gram of N2 requires 6 gram of hydrogen. ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಲ್ವಾ? ಅಥವಾ ನೀವು ಹೇಗೆ ಬರ್ಕೋಬಹುದು? 6 gram of H2 requires, ಎರಡು ಮೆಥಡ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬಹುದು, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಬಿಟ್ಟಿರೋದು requires 28 gram of N2. ಹೀಗೂ ಬರೀಬಹುದು. 28 gram of N2 requires 6 gram of H2. Therefore, ನಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ nitrogen? We have 2 kg or 2 into 10 to the power of 3 gram of N2 requires x gram of H2. So what is the amount of hydrogen required? X is equal to what? 0.428 kg. ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ? What you understood? 2 kg of nitrogen, 2 into 10 to the power of 3 gram of nitrogen requires only 0.428 kg of hydrogen. Understood? ಇಷ್ಟೇ ಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋದು ನಮಗೆ. ಬಟ್ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವರು? They have given 1 kg or 1 into 10 to the power of 3 gram ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ? 2 kg ಗೆ ಬೇಕಾಗಿರುವಂತಹ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಎಷ್ಟು? ಓನ್ಲಿ 0.42 kgs. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಯಾವ್ದು ಎಕ್ಸೆಸ್ ಇದೆ? ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಇಸ್ ಇನ್ ಎಕ್ಸೆಸ್. ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟೂಡ್? ಸೊ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಎಕ್ಸೆಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಆದ್ರಿಂದಾಗಿ ಲಿಮಿಟಿಂಗ್ ರಿಯೇಜೆಂಟ್ ಯಾವುದು? ನೈಟ್ರೋಜನ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಲಿಮಿಟಿಂಗ್ ರಿಯೇಜೆಂಟ್. ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟೂಡ್? Here we have 1 kg of hydrogen. So ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಯಾವುದು ಖಾಲಿ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಬೇಗ? Which is consumed early? Nitrogen is consumed early during the reaction. So N2 is our limiting reagent. So after that what we have to do? We have to calculate the amount of ammonia formed. The amount of ammonia formed depends upon what? It depends upon the limiting reagent, that depends upon the amount of nitrogen given to us. So here I can write 28 gram of N2 produces, look at this, 28 gram of N2 produces 34 gram of ammonia. 34 gram of ammonia. Therefore 2 into 10 to the power of 3 gram of N2 produces x gram of ammonia. You find the value of x, that will be equal to 2.42 into 10 to the power of 3 gram. So just simple cross multiplication it is. 2 into 10 to the power of 3 into 34 divided by 28. Understood? So this is about question number 2. Thank you.